Hey guys, I am going to do a tag video today. So this is the This or That book tag by Aura's Book Box, I think. Yes. And I will link the video of that she did down below. Let's get started. I prefer book in hand. There's dust in my face. I don't like to listen to books being read. Mostly because I don't enjoy when female characters are read by male voices and male characters are read by female voices. I just want, like, all the actors to sound like they're supposed to in the book, etc. So yeah, for me it's gotta be book in hand. Paperback, definitely. Hardcover, I hate hardcover, I hate it. Okay, they look better on bookshelves sometimes. But as a general thing, I really don't like hardback at all, at all. Both, it just depends what I'm reading. Yeah, it just really depends what I'm reading, but I like both. Fantasy world. I would much rather read fantasy themed stuff than real life issues because I read to get away from the real life issues most of the time, so I like to be taken into a world that does not exist. Harry Potter or Twilight, like, how do those two even relate at all? This question makes me really confused because Harry Potter is one thing and Twilight is just this other thing, and Harry Potter, Twilight I'm actually using Twilight right now as a stand for my camera because that's what I think of them. They're only good enough to put my camera where I want it to be. Kindle, iPad, I don't want one of those. I read because I want to hold the book and turn the pages, and if I read electronically I can't do that, but if I had to choose I'd probably choose a Kindle because that's the one that has, I've looked at the screens and I like the way that that one looks the best. Buy. I would buy books. I always buy books. I've never bought actually that's not true. I had when I was younger, but I have OCD and I don't do well with books that are not brand new. Bookstore, I like to go into bookstores, I like to smell the books, I like to feel the books, I like to feel what kind of pages they are before I buy them and make sure that I'm getting the edition that I want. So definitely bookstore over online. I don't really know with this. It doesn't really bother me. It just depends if the author is able to get all of the necessary information into one book. I have read books where at the end I go, that's it? Like, that's it? You're only going to make the one book? So definitely there are times when I wish that there were more of them, but with trilogies sometimes it's like you could have put that in one book. So it just depends. I like both. Both. Again, I prefer monster reads. I like to be dedicated to a book for a very, very long time, and I like to read the same story for a long time. I want it to last. So I guess that brings me back to trilogy or not. I like really big books. I just like bigger books. I like that the story goes on for longer, even in trilogies and even in single books. I just want them to go on forever. So monster reads, because short books are sometimes good, but they just make me sad because they're so teeny. So yeah. I don't know with this question. I prefer full of action with a good mixture of romance, but not necessarily starry-eyed romance, more like hardcore romance. Curl up in bed or on the sofa or in my feety pajamas or with my dog. Gross. Or, yeah, anywhere. I read at school, in the library. I read everywhere. So, no preference. I don't drink coffee. I like coffee, but it has to be decaf because I really shaky. I don't get hyperactive or anything. I just get shaky. So it's kind of unpleasant if I'm trying to relax and I'm drinking this coffee. That is just gonna make me shake like crazy. Hi, dog. It's because I'm eating chocolate, so she wants to have some. You can't, it's poison. I like to decide for myself with books. What are you doing? I always have. Oh my gosh, you're such a pest. Very rarely will I go to read a review of a book before I buy it. I usually go to the bookstore without any books that I'm intending to buy. I just go and I read the titles. Oh my gosh, this curl is crazy. I usually go to bookstores with nothing in mind. I just go and read a bunch of the back of the book and stuff like that for like an hour or 2 hours, and then I decide on 3 or 4 books that I want to take home with me. So I never read the reviews for those first because I haven't heard of these titles usually before I go, so definitely not reading the reviews, which is ironic considering that I just have been deciding to do a channel about reviews on books. So I don't know what that's about. My dog is trying to eat me. Stop. Usually she's really well behaved, but I've got food and I'm on the floor and that's her domain. So okay, so that was my tag video. I hope you guys liked it, and I will talk to you guys soon, hopefully with another tag video. So yeah, talk to you guys soon. Bye. She says that everything on the floor is hers, therefore my food must be as well, and my face, apparently. My face is not on the floor.